Thank you for joining me today to spend a little time in this Earth Heart Holistic Meditation, which is to mark the autumn equinox. At this time, before the natural world steps over into that period of longer nights and more darkness, we are gifted this wonderful opportunity to just take a moment of stillness and balance as the days and nights are of an equal length. I always find that a wonderful opportunity to bring myself into alignment just for a little time and reflect on balance and equanimity. So I hope that this will help you to feel grounded and earthed, so that you can also drop into seeking some balance and stillness. So I've called this a meditation, but that can be a tricky term. And for me, meditation continues to be an experiment. It's never the same. It's rarely predictable. It's about building awareness of what is actually happening in my experience when there are so many other opportunities to be distracted from it. So I would encourage you not to get too specific about what you expect to happen. My guidance is just a suggestion. Your experience is always valid. And I hope you will feel able to trust your own intuition and give yourself permission to let this be the meditation or the time, the space that you need. After all, at this autumn equinox, there may be parts of you that are beginning to burrow down deep into hibernation. There may be parts of you that are beginning to turn towards the dark. So, to begin, I'd recommend finding a space that feels safe and quiet, where you're unlikely to be disturbed. You might like to decorate the space with some flowers or autumn leaves, a candle, maybe light some incense, but that's optional like everything else I'll suggest. So it's up to you how you'd like to meet this. It might even just be something to listen to while you're cooking, and that's fine too. If you'd like it to be more of a meditative experience, you'll benefit from choosing a position where you can feel cozy, comfortable and supported. Lying down is totally fine. You are allowed to fall asleep. Make use of cushions and blankets, just nest in a bit. So you can pause this here if you need a little time to set that up. When you have settled, I invite you to take a moment dropping into the felt experience of your body. If it feels safe to do so, you may choose to close your eyes, or you might simply let your gaze rest softly in front of you. Feel the weight of your body, maybe starting with your feet, noticing the places where they come into contact with the floor or another surface. Notice places where your body feels most able to relax in to being held by the earth. Where can you find space to let go? Do you notice a place where you can soften into meeting the earth just a little more fully? Maybe using the image of an autumn leaf, letting go of the branch, landing gently on some moss. Melting into meeting this vast planet that has been there so much longer than you or I, seen so much more, weathered so much more. You can sink back now into trusting that earth, that constant grounding presence. The earth can and will hold so much more for you. From before you were born to the end of this life. And she asks for nothing in return other than you be here now. In this short time you've set aside for yourself, you can relax into that knowledge, ease into just being. If it feels comfortable, from whatever sense of groundedness you've established, however subtle that might be, you might now bring some curiosity to your breath. You're not trying to change or control it at all, but noticing the texture, the rhythm, the sensations of the inhalation and the exhalation. Where in your body do you feel your breath? Is there a rise and fall in your belly? Can you feel the ebb and flow in your chest? Does it feel possible to invite the breath in more deeply? How does it feel to spend a little time noticing the constant presence of the breath that we so often take for granted? How does it feel to receive the gift of fresh, oxygenated blood with each inhalation? How does it feel to receive the gift of release when you let your breath go? And maybe you can use the wave of your next breath to travel a bit deeper into your heart space. What do you notice there? How does your heart feel? Are there any physical sensations of breath? The rhythm of your pulse, maybe? Are you aware of any sense of expansiveness? Or do things feel a little tight today? Are there sensations of joy or sadness? Everything has its part to play on this journey into balance. All feelings and emotions, the full spectrum of human experience, can be with us on this day of equal light and dark. Pain can be present at the same time as pleasure. If the ride gets a little uncomfortable, you can come back to noticing your contact with solidity whenever you need to. The earth is still there holding you through all the joy. She's there to absorb any tears that may ask for release. But if at any time you begin to notice feelings of overwhelm, or there are difficult thoughts or bodily sensations arising, please do take care of yourself and give yourself permission to end the meditation whenever you choose. There is always the option to say no. How does your heart feel now? What is present for you in this moment? Do you notice any lightness in your heart? Or are you more in touch with the dark? And is there maybe a point of balance where you can acknowledge and honor both? Maybe today there's simply mystery. Perhaps there's not much going on. Maybe there's so much happening you can't quite pin it down. Where do you find yourself in the dance between movement and stillness? And what's actually going on right now? Are you able to be honest with yourself about that? How are you really doing? Bringing awareness to the true voice of our heart is immensely powerful. It's certainly a very courageous thing to do. And when we know and can give ourselves permission for how we feel with authenticity, then we can begin to make choices. Choices to cultivate aspects of our experience. Choices to release and let go of things we no longer need. Choices which empower us to come into a place of balance and stability, not just in our moments of focus, in our meditative lives, but in the broader picture, in our whole lives. The fullness of this rich human experience is always challenging us to hold pleasant and unpleasant feelings, emotions, sensations, thoughts. And today, what is your heart asking you to witness? Throughout our years, we will all experience times of love and of grief, hours of happiness and of sadness. There will be days of health and days of sickness. This is true for all beings in the world, your friends, your family, people in your life you don't know that well, people you find difficult or challenging, even non-human beings whose experience of life is a little different to ours. They still know the sensations of warmth and cold, the pang of hunger, the satisfying nourishment of being fed. We all know how it is to feel afraid or to feel safe. And there are many things in the world today that might cause feelings of fear and anxiety in us when we meet them. It can feel like a challenging world where we have so little control, no more control than we have over the length of day and night. But sometimes it can be helpful to remind ourselves that these experiences are universal, not personal. Simply the way things are. And cultivating compassion for ourselves, for others, can be a very supportive place from which to meet that profound truth. And again, we come back to choice. What would you choose to bring your awareness to? What would you choose to cultivate in your heart today? What would you choose to release? What can you be safe to let go of now? And then there's always the opportunity to choose between activity and rest. At this time, we may be noticing our energy begin to draw inwards, to ask for a slowing down as the natural world takes the step from the months of action, fertility, busyness, and creativity to the months of rest and sleep. As we come to this time of nourishment, healing, rejuvenation to prepare us for the whole of the next year to come. And we all have different energy levels, but whatever the season, if we're going to sustain all the activity in our often busy lives, we always need night as well as day. Stillness as well as dynamism. You are still breathing. The earth is still holding you. You are still rooted, connected, always to our majestic, beautiful planet. As she spins gracefully through the seasons, gifts us with night and day. You are still breathing. Your heart is keeping pace for you, guiding you through life with your own unique personal rhythm. As we prepare to bring this meditative reflection to a close, you may wish to give quiet thanks to the earth for supporting you, to your heart and breath for the rhythm of life in you, and to yourself for investing this time spent in cultivating equanimity and balance. If you feel ready, gently bring your awareness back to your breathing body, to the space around you, to the vast world outside, so very full of life and joy and light, and yet still setting the stage to hold you through times of grief, sadness, and the hours of darkness. Thank you for joining me. May you feel balanced, centered, and at ease. I hope you will soon be finding many opportunities for rest, quietness, and sleep.